Hello. Okay, so thank you for joining me today on this live video. I'm very sorry about the beginning of this. I'm having some technical difficulties, as you can imagine. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Rachel Blackmore. I'm a relationship coach who specialises in working with women who are finding it difficult to find a loving, committed relationship with the right person. And so I've decided to do this video today because I know that Christmas can be quite a tricky time for you if you're single. You know, any special occasions like Christmas, New Year, summer holidays, weddings, birthdays, it can really sting if you're the person who has to keep going to these things without a plus one. If you're the person who turns up to weddings and you have to sit by yourself on a table of people that maybe you don't know very well. You know, I mean, it's quite difficult to be single anyway sometimes. So it feels as though at times like this, the volume is really turned up on those feelings. And, you know, I don't want to trivialise any of those. I do understand that it's very difficult. And I do understand also that it's not just about being single. I know that plenty of people really enjoy Christmas and New Year and birthdays and weddings, regardless of whether they have a plus one or not. But this really is about talking about times when you find it difficult. So I know that it can be painful. I know that it can be upsetting. I know that it could be none of these things. But really the intention of this video is just to gently suggest that there could be a new way of approaching those feelings. And that maybe I could take the sting out of them a little bit, or maybe even get rid of them altogether. So firstly, I want to talk about your attitude. I can see that I've got some hair in my face. Sorry. And, you know, if you've been single for a little while, you can probably start feeling quite pissed off about it and feeling, you know, a bit fed up, maybe even resentful of people who've got partners. If you are newly single, perhaps you're still feeling that quite raw sense of loss because you've lost that special person in your life. But I wonder if you can see that those feelings of annoyance or resentment or loneliness, that they don't have to be your focus. It doesn't have to continue to feel like that. So you are in charge of the way you see things, of what you focus on. So you can do something called refocusing, which is when you switch to feeling those negative emotions and start focusing on the positive instead. So focusing on the good things rather than focusing on the bad things, basically. So let's take, for example, works do. So you've been invited to a works Christmas party, people are bringing their partners, and you know those feelings again of resentment, maybe loneliness, they start to creep in. So actually, you know, you do have a lot to be grateful for. You know, for start, you've had to have had a job to have been invited. So, you know, having a job is something to be grateful for, because there are lots of people in the world who don't have a job, who would love to have a job and be invited to a Christmas party. And of course, having a job means that you have money. So having money is always a good thing, because it means that because of that, you have a warm, safe place to live. You have food on the table. You know, all those very basic things that I think we do take for granted are actually things to be very grateful for. It also means that if you have money, you have the money to spend on a nice new dress to go to the Christmas party in, and who doesn't feel good about getting a nice new dress? You know, so the other thing is that, you know, if you work somewhere, there's a good chance that you probably get on with your colleagues. So perhaps you have friends at work. And again, that's something to be grateful for. They're people that you can have a good time with at the party. There's food at the party. I love eating out. I don't know whether or not that's something that you enjoy, but I would imagine so. And, you know, there's probably going to be music there too. And even something like saying, you know, you have music to listen to, which means that you have ears that can hear, you have a body that can respond to rhythm. You know, and those are also things that we just take for granted, and we don't focus on those things when we're focusing on other things, when we're focusing on what we don't have. Hi John, thank you for joining me. So secondly then, it might not feel like, hello Chris, it's nice to see you. It might not feel like an opportunity to meet someone new, but you never know. Because if partners are invited, then maybe one of your colleagues has a husband or a wife who knows a single person who would be perfect for you, because you never know who knows someone. Maybe there's somebody there who you kind of see every day at work, but actually now you see them at the Christmas party, you see them in a different light, or you get talking to them and you've never actually really spoken to them before, and you realise that there's a bit of a spark there. Or maybe you see somebody from a different department who you've never even laid eyes on before, and you know, you get talking to them. So what you might think of being an opportunity sorry, I lost my place there. You might not think it's an opportunity to meet somebody new, but perhaps it is, because you never know. You never know what to expect whenever you go anywhere, really. So finally, if you know me, then you'll know that I have a really firm belief in the law of attraction, which basically states that whatever energy you put out into the world is the energy that you get back. So if you're putting out plenty of positive energy in the world, then you'll get plenty of positive things coming back to you, because like attracts like, basically. So if you are feeling really hopeless, you're feeling negative, you feel as though nothing good ever happens to you, then it's almost as though you create more of that. It's, you know, that what you focus on becomes bigger than what it actually is. It's as though you perhaps create more. But when you put out positive energy and you focus on the good things, then more good things come your way. So the positive energy is attracting the positive energy. So, you know, if you see everything as an opportunity to experience joy, and you really believe that your perfect partner is out there, then your chances of finding that perfect person are massively increased, because you're focusing on the positive, you're focusing on the good, and you have that firm belief that you can get there. So, all that being said, your attitude of gratitude is your gift to yourself this Christmas. So if you can adopt that attitude, then your life should be better, all the better for it. And my gift to you is a free ebook. It's an ebook about how to successfully navigate a first date. I'm sure you've all been on loads of first dates, and I'm sure that there's plenty of stuff that you do that's really good. But there might be something in this book that just makes you think, oh yeah, I've never considered that before. And it's free, so you may as well download it. The link will be below this video. So if you just look underneath, there should be a link there to download that free book. And I hope that it's helpful to you. I hope that this video has been helpful to you, or maybe even given you food for thought. And I hope that you have a hugely successful 2019. And I will see you again on here at some point. Bye bye.